It was a moonless night, and the darkness swallowed the neighborhood, wrapping it in an eerie shroud. I found myself standing in front of an old, decrepit house that had been abandoned for years. Its walls were covered in ivy, and the broken windows looked like hollow, soulless eyes staring back at me. As I stepped closer, the wind whispered chilling secrets through the overgrown grass. The rustling leaves and creaking branches created an unsettling symphony that sent shivers down my spine. A sense of foreboding gnawed at my mind, but curiosity propelled me forward. The door was ajar, inviting me in like a sinister grin. Every fiber of my being screamed to turn back, but my feet seemed to move of their own accord. The darkness inside was impenetrable, but I pressed on, guided only by the dim light filtering through the cracks. As I entered the forsaken dwelling, an oppressive atmosphere enveloped me. The air was thick with dust and the musty smell of decay. The floorboards creaked under my weight, groaning in protest as if trying to tell me to flee while I still could. My flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper. In the distance, I heard faint whispers that made my heart race. It was as if the house was trying to communicate, to reveal its secrets from a distant, forgotten past. Suddenly, a chilling cry echoed through the walls, and I jumped in terror. My flashlight fell from my trembling hand, plunging me into darkness. Panic washed over me, and I fumbled to retrieve the light, but when I turned it on again, a chilling sight met my eyes. In the dim beam of my flashlight, I saw a blood-stained floor leading to a hidden room in the basement. My heart pounded in my chest, but a morbid curiosity pushed me forward. The room seemed to be a den of horrors, with strange symbols painted on the walls and a sense of malevolence that seemed to consume the air. As I explored further, I found remnants of rituals that spoke of dark practices and unspeakable acts. Symbols of ancient cults were etched into the floor, and the walls were adorned with grotesque paintings depicting nightmarish scenes. My hands trembled as I stumbled upon a gruesome sight. A series of photographs lay scattered on the floor, showing the faces of missing individuals from different eras, their eyes filled with terror and despair. The realization hit me like a sledgehammer. This place was the lair of a depraved serial killer who had eluded justice for years. My heart raced, and adrenaline surged through my veins as I knew I had to leave immediately. But the house seemed to tighten its grip on me, as if unwilling to let go of its secrets. As I sprinted toward the exit, the whispers grew louder, almost taunting me. In the dark, my foot caught on something, and I stumbled. When I looked down, I found myself face to face with an old journal, its pages yellowed with age. The handwriting was barely legible, but it revealed the horrifying truth about the sinister history of the house. The journal belonged to a man named Samuel Gray, who had been the leader of a cult that worshipped an ancient, malevolent entity. Samuel's descent into madness was meticulously chronicled in the journal, detailing how the entity demanded human sacrifices to satisfy its insatiable thirst for blood. Terrified, I scrambled to my feet and ran towards the exit once more. But the house seemed to come alive, its walls groaning and shifting to block my way. I felt as though unseen forces were conspiring to keep me within its clutches, to become yet another victim of its dark past. With a final burst of strength, I pushed through the barriers and stumbled out into the cold night. The distant wails of the house followed me like haunting echoes as I ran, vowing never to return to that malevolent place. As the days passed, I couldn't shake the horror of what I had witnessed. I decided to share my findings with the authorities, hoping that the truth would finally bring justice to the victims whose faces I had seen in those chilling photographs. The investigation that followed led to the unmasking of a long-forgotten cult that had left a trail of darkness and death in its wake. Samuel Gray's twisted legacy was exposed, and the remains of his victims were unearthed, finally bringing closure to the families who had mourned their loved ones for decades. The house, now a place of evil memories, was condemned and torn down, erasing its sinister existence from the face of the neighborhood forever. But the haunting whispers and unsettling shadows remained etched in my mind, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of our seemingly ordinary world. This tale of terror was one that shook me to my core, and as I retell it to you, I cannot help but feel a lingering sense of dread. The horrors that unfolded within the abandoned house were real, and they serve as a chilling reminder that evil can lie hidden in the most unsuspecting places. Remember, there are depths to darkness that we may never fully comprehend, and venturing too close to its edge may lead to consequences beyond our wildest nightmares. Let this story be a warning that some mysteries are better left unsolved, and some places are better left unexplored. lest we become ensnared by the shadows that wait in the dark.